Okay, so going over things again, remember, Bill, you're standing by the door. Susie, you're standing over by the columns near Bill. Darren, you snuck in, so you're over more by the altar. And while Carol, you are still standing outside the door looking up and down the hallways. We've got the 2 zombies up by this front, 3 skeletons coming out of sarcophagus on the left side, while there seems to be some sort of bats or something floating around in the air. Everybody got that? Hi, I'm Dr. Megan Connell, and this is Psychology at the Table. In this episode, we're going to be talking quickly about working memory and theater of the mind versus having a map. So this came from a question that I saw on Twitter where someone was talking about the benefits of doing theater of the mind versus having actual maps, specifically talking about online play and how people seem to expect more maps when you do online play. One of the things that we have to do with theater of the mind, this is where we're keeping the battle completely mentally in our heads. And so the skill set that we're doing when we're keeping battles in mind is using our working memory. This is our ability just to keep something basically on a desktop in our brain that we're manipulating it. Now we know a lot about working memory, and that's we can keep about 7 pieces of information in our working memory, plus or minus 2 is the general knowledge of that. We can chunk things together, so we can keep more numbers in our mind than 7 by chunking them. So rather than giving 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, we might go 123, 456, and then we're bringing them into smaller chunks. When we're talking about a battle, though, and we're creating that for our players, oftentimes there's going to be more than 7 pieces in play. Now, if you've only got a few things going on, it's very easy to keep theater of the mind going. If you're having less than 7, I would actually say probably 6 or less. Once you get to that 7th, some people really can't keep 7 things in their mind, so they're not going to understand what's going on. That's when you're going to need a map. Remember, maps don't have to look fancy. They can just be quick lines of here's where the walls are, here's where the columns are, here's the skeletons can be represented by M&Ms or some D12s. Have a use for your D12, make it a stand-in mini. It doesn't have to be super fancy, but if you want to run theater of the mind most of the time, you're going to really want to keep this in mind that you don't want to have any more than 7 things in play at one time. Anyway, this was just a short one on working memory. I hope this was helpful to you. If you have questions or comments, please leave them below. And as always, let's make space at the table for everyone.